So guys, November is not typically the best month to trade. November, December, beginning of January is when the markets start to, cool down. It's quarter 4 and the markets, they start to cool down and we don't see the continuous moves that we normally get, or we don't see big moves. And I've heard people saying, they're struggling to trade in November, which is completely normal. So I've decided to make a video here and show you guys what I have done during November and how my account has grown. So I'll show you how it started and how it's grown, and what more importantly are the trades I have taken. So with that being said, guys, let's get straight into video and let me show you how November has been and what has been my approach to November and what has been the results on my account based on that, right? So that being said, let's get into it. Also, before we start, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I hope you can find some useful content on this channel. There's plenty of videos to help you with trading. And if you're coming back and are new, if you could leave a like and subscribe, I really would appreciate the support. Any comments, I will reply, so leave them down below. And yeah, if we can get it past 100 likes, I always do appreciate it. It shows me you like this type of content. And down below is some free groups where I send my daily analysis, and also you guys can ask questions, because when watching videos sometimes you have a lot of questions, so you can ask those questions down in the groups below. With that being said, let's get into the fun stuff. Alright, so this November we had actually a lot of news, and you can see this is the account so far in November here. Now, we've had a lot of news in the beginning of November. I did switch to this account. So this is an account I originally opened when we started having that crazy news on GJ, when price started going down quickly, and I said, okay, I don't want to be trading my main account because in case of slippage, and I don't want to have any issues when I have significant funds in there. So I said, let me open like a mid 4-figure account to be able to trade and not be worried, and also take a few, I'm not saying gambles, but a few more riskier options, right? So if I don't have too much balance, I can take riskier options and not be worried about it to try take full advantage, right? So then I traded that, and then it kind of calmed down pretty quickly. So I left this account here and I decided to try this brokerage here. I'm not affiliated with this brokerage, and I have nothing to do, so I decided to try with them. I left this account, and then as we started to have the news come in about the new financial statement and stuff like this, I decided to completely switch to this account and just see what I can do and focus on this and basically come off my main account. So with this account here, the beginning risk I started with was $300. Now I have blurred out what is the account value because I want to concentrate on percentage, because if I say I made $50,000, people, which I didn't anyways, but people are going to say that's fake. And if I say I've made $3,000, people say you don't make enough. So if you just speak in percentage, you cut out all of those people and focus on what really matters, is the percentage growth of the account. Now I'll tell you the risk that I used. I started the account with risking up to $300 on the account. So yeah, I'm not trading 0.5 lots, no, it's 1 lot and above. As the account, as you can see in the beginning, I took a loss, and as the account went down, I did not decrease risk. I actually kept risk the same, and you can see I quickly recovered those losses and then started to grow the account. Now this here on this brokerage, how they show the account growth, it has a lot of smoothing. So I'll show you on the broker report of basically how it ends up looking on the chart and the trades taken. So this month only taken 10 trades here total. Very simple month, but that's the approach I've taken to choose quality trades. That's allowed me to have an 80% win rate here with taking loss. So let's get straight into it and talk about what we're able to do here. So you guys can do the math, if you were smart enough to figure out how much we have been able to do. But all in all, we've managed to do 41% on the account, risking anywhere from I would say not as high as 10%, probably max 10%. Probably when we had the losses, we were probably going around 8% risk or something like that. And then risk started to get lower as the account grew, and on top of that, lot size did increase as well. So managed to do 41%. Would have been more if I didn't take these 2 losses in the beginning of the month. So you can see here we started off with 2 losses. I didn't trade for a day and then recovered the next loss here, and then the account started to gradually increase and improve and grow. So now that you've seen the account and what we managed to do, let's go have a look at the trades that I took this month and basically talk you through my thought process and how I was able to manage these trades and essentially grow, right? So in the beginning of the month here, if you notice there's a small dip here, that is actually because I took a break-even trade. But yeah, with that being said, let's go and have a look at the beginning. I've marked out all the trades here on the chart, and we start off here in this section here. So what I was seeing here is price made a low here. We came and made a low and started to retrace here. We were holding the support all through. And if you notice, these trades are all taken London session. Look, 11:30 London session, 11:45. Look at, they're all taken at the same time. This one is taken a little bit later here at New York session because I was trading New York during this time. But you can see how they're all taken around volume time. So this is an unfortunate trade. I think I could have got to break even, to be honest. I wanted to give this some room because it would really look good. But basically what I was seeing here, and we'll go through these quickly. I'm not going to spend an hour on each trade, but I saw this support forming all through Asian session. We're managing to hold higher supports. Pre-London had a nice pullback down to retest some of the supports made in Asian session and a quick rebound. Then London Open came, started to break above the high here, all right, and as we started to break the high, what ended up happening is it put me in around 8 pips of profit, but it reversed here, and it probably reversed from this resistance back here if I look at that. And yeah, but I didn't expect that. That's just probability in my opinion. I think this was a valid trade, and you know, if this was going to continue up, I would have been in a good position. And I let this hit stops here, got stopped out. And yeah, I think I closed half as we started to break below this range here. So as I saw this range, as the candle started to break below and lower time frames, I just closed the whole position here. So that was position one, a loss, and this was a pretty hefty loss here. It was around 18 pip loss. So that's why you see that initial dip in the account. So if we go here to the next trade, this trade here was basically, if you rewind, and don't matter that we didn't get any volume, and this is the problem with November here, right? So this is the problem with November, is that we can see how volume starts to, you know, we don't always get the volume pushes here. Now this, I should have gone break even here, but I wanted to give the trade a chance. But basically what I was seeing is, you know, we pull back deeper from the day before, but still we're coming from a bullish leg here. I expected us to continue bullish. I didn't expect us to have this complete deeper retrace to 162 here. And yeah, you can't predict it fully. You have to trade what your session, and with 4-hour candles closing bullish, I expected at least to catch some more upside, to at least retest this zone and potentially continue. And if you look what happened during the session, if we look at what happened during the day, my entry was here, the day high was here. So essentially without stops, which, you know, you can't do, you know, without stops, my idea would have played right. So that means that my analysis was correct. I expected price to go up during the day, and price did indeed go up during the day and managed to go up 90 pips. So definitely enough space to catch a trade, but unfortunately in my conditions it ended up me taking a smaller loss. So basically what happened here is we pushed up here. I entered as we created support, pulling back to this level. We showed that we are creating support, rejecting these lows. 15-minute candle closing bullish, LTA, low traffic area towards the left here. I expected us to be able, after this 15 closing bullish, to be able to tap into these highs and potentially continue, but the main target was these highs here. So after seeing that, I saw the bullish confirmation being formed, and I executed here on the trade. Pushed me up in profit. I knew this would be a problem, this zone, so this was my caution area. I saw us reject once. Once I started seeing us reject once, you can expect reaction, but you don't want rejection here. So I saw the reaction, but I didn't want rejection. But what ended up happening is we started to pull back to my break even, no problem, held the trade, came back in a bit of drawdown, then started to push up, breaking this high. As it broke this high, I ended up moving my stops to some small 1-minute structure underneath here, right? And then basically it came back down and hit me at the stop for like a 6 pip loss this time. Nothing crazy. And I just called it a day after that, because we started doing this, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sitting through that. It's a waste of my time. So then I reanalyzed, and I think, okay, we are pushing up in my session, but overall now we're starting to switch to lower high, lower high. So in New York session, when I saw New York session, I'm like, I might have been wrong in London session, but here in New York, it seems like, okay, we are actually. So once I saw this move down here, it was a very sharp move after range. I said, let me try catch a piece, and this was actually a trade taken on the 1 minute, and I can't rewind to 1 minute unfortunately, but essentially what happened on the 1 minute, we saw this big candle here. 1 minute started to pull back, created lower resistance. I'm not going to take it at the break of the low here because of the potential to get that. But what ended up happening is as the 1 minute started to break below here, come break below the previous low here, close below, once it closed below, and then that was the open of the 15-minute candle here, you were able to understand that, okay, this is your point of management. Anything closing above here, I can close the trade, I'm wrong. If not, I can catch some continuation down to some next levels here, and then your stops can be held here. Anything closing above here, you can even manage your trade early. So it's an easy trade to manage and an easy trade to catch continuation with confirmation of lower resistance, right? So with that confirmation from that candle, I don't need to hold my stops all the way above this high, which is 93 pips. I can hold it somewhere around here, right? Around the 17 pip, and manage to catch 29 pips here on this trade. So a very, very good trade here. And yeah, you could see that was the reaction, and that covered all of my first loss and a bit of the second loss here. So moving on from that, then we started moving down here. I did not trade these days here. This was Friday here. On Friday, I did not take a trade on Friday, and I missed out on this move here. So then coming to Monday here, after we saw this move down, kind of consolidation, not really tradable in this zone, because again, I'm trading mostly London session. I'm not always going to be here at New York session, or maybe once a week when I'm not busy, I might have a look at New York session. But my main session is London session, so I'm not going to take a trade in every day, and I want to take quality trades that I know that are going to work. So this is a simple trade here. I expected this to continue a bit more, but this is an in range. So we saw this impulse move here, beautiful move up here, and we expect the move to continue. Failed at the highs, but failed to break the lows, creating support. At the time of volume, New York session again, you can look to retest the highs here and potentially continue. This happened pre-New York. This is normally the dead time volume, pre-New York session. And then at New York session, I expected volume to continue and push through. But as I saw us starting to reject the highs, I just ended up closing the trade. But it was a win here, and we managed to bag here 24 pips. So pretty good trade. And yeah, pretty happy with that. Now this trade I'm a little bit salty with, because this could have been an absolute nice trade and given a good boost, probably put the account into 50% plus wins. And this is very simple. Come down here, this is London session the next day. Now we're bullish because I've seen, okay, we're making high supports, 2 4-hour candles closing bullish pre-session. We see this on the left hand side, we have a nice LTA here towards the left, understanding that, okay, I could potentially tap into the top here. So what ended up happening is, as a support formed here, I entered on the flip of the candle at the support around 15 minutes here before London Open is when I entered, and London Open was the candle. And what ended up happening is we pushed 18 pips in profit, which was a decent profit, right? And I was aiming around up into this zone here, so that's 39 pips, but 18 pips in profit. I pushed into 18 pips in profit, and the 5-minute created structure in here like this and created up, and I said, okay, anything breaking below this structure, it's going to be a bit of an issue, and I don't want, after being already 18 pips in profit, I don't really want to lose this trade and ruin, it's November, this could have easily reversed and continued down. I need to be more aggressive, but I should have given it a little bit more breathing room, and that is my mistake. Based on me having 2 wins, I could have afforded a loss, but I wanted really to keep the account safe and basically losses as limited as possible. So as it broke the 5-minute structure, which was about, I don't know, 6 pips in profit, I closed the trade. It came down, went in drawdown, found a 5-minute support, and boom, went straight to take profit. That would have been a great trade if I held it and gave it a little bit more room. If I just, it would have been 39 pip trade, so very good opportunity. Maybe I should have just closed half and left the rest to run, and then had my management below this 15-minute candle, so I would lose less than anticipated. But this is the mistakes you make as a trader, and this is where we mess up as traders, is because we manage trades, right? We don't always let them trade, but that is how I wanted to manage the account, and I'm still happy with the result of the account. And it's a successful month for trading, which is your goal as a trader. So moving on here, I didn't really trade London session in this zone here, because where was London session? No, this is all Asian. I forgot we're on 15-minute time frame. Simple trade here, simple trade. Bullish pressure, we've switched to bullish. You can see I've been taking buys, now buys again. And this is very simple. Pull back, create a target here, pull back in the target. Now we try to break down, fail to break down, essentially a fake out here, close back in the range. You know, anything closing back in the range, holding this support here should give you an opportunity at least to tap into here or the top of the range. LTA, clean candles to the left, very, very simple. Support form, entry on that, go to test the highs. Simple, beautiful trade, 24 pips on this trade. And yeah, clean and simple, nice setup. Now moving on here to the next trade. I did not trade. This was because of all of this ranginess, full range, really boring. Did not find any opportunities. Now when we come to this, then this was the weekend here. This was Monday here. Now Monday, a little bit salty on Monday here. I missed this whole move here. I don't know why I did not execute on this trade here. I think, yeah, it was just lack of confidence. I think, you know, having candles closing bearish here. Oops, let me go back. And having candles closing bearish here, I think it made me lack confidence to take buys. But this was definitely an opportunity to take buys. But I wanted to give the markets a chance to tell me what it's doing. But I definitely should have executed as this candle closed above here. But you can see it wasn't the cleanest, but eventually we did get the move. And yeah, I could have entered here. I was looking at this option right here to re-enter here, but I know my entry should have come on this candle closure here, or at least the 30-minute candle closure. So I'm not going to enter if I've missed the best position of the day. And that happens as a trader. You know, you have a good week before, you don't really want to force trades, and you're kind of relaxed coming into Monday. Let Monday show you what the market is doing. But this should have been executed on, and is my mistake, and I missed out, and I got punished and missed out a good move. So yeah, this would have been a banging move. I would have held this actually based on where we are. And yeah, this easily 50 pips I would have got on this 100%. So unfortunate, but that shows you discipline of not trying to chase the move and buy the highs, right? Because you didn't get in at the lows, so don't try buy the highs. Yeah, the trade played out, but you had a better entry, but you failed to enter on a better entry. So don't have the discipline not to re-enter, right? So now if we go to the next day here, what ended up happening was we ranged at the highs, and this was a mixed day. You could argue buys and sells. I'm more looking for buys in the session, but if we broke down, created lower resistance, so you can see how we broke down, created a lower high, we can look to continue this move down. Very, very simple here. Lower time frames showed a support was broken, 2 4-hour candles closing bearish, break of the lows. Here was a 5-minute support, keep the stops above the support, rejecting the range, giving you a target, lower high, try catch some continuation, and luckily I closed at the right time here. And yeah, 15 pips, small trade, and was a nice one. Then to cap off the last trade before I made this video now is going to be a nice long. We had a huge, really boring range here, absolutely did nothing. It was like looking at a barcode, and then we had a nice breakout. Lower time frame made some sort of support on the 5-minute. As the 5 minutes started to close, I'm sure we can see this actually. So as this 5 minutes started to close above like this, you can see this is where I took the trade. As the 5 minutes started to close above here, stops below previous 5-minute low candle here, and took that trade up around 17 pips. Nice trade to cap off. And then did not trade on the 2 bank holidays. So this was a bank holiday of here was bank holiday, we did nothing. Bank holiday of Thanksgiving in America, and then it was Friday, took a break. And for some reason we got weird volume in the charts, and we had a nice move up, but this became a huge range. And that's basically how the account is gone, and that was the trades taken. Now I'm gonna pop up some few statistics from the brokerage report. So now the drawdown of the account, you can see I'm gonna pop that up as well. On the first 2 losses of the month, it managed to be only a 15% drawdown, so nothing too bad considering how much I'm risking. But remember, 41% increase, a 41% gain. Now if we look at my trade win, my win rate this month has been 80%, but that of course is going to be higher because of the amount of trades. I took less trades, but they were quality. And when you take quality trades and having 40% on an account, you don't need any more. And that's the difference in the end of the year, starting to choose more quality trades than frequency of trades. Now, of course, if you take more frequency, you can expect win rate to be lower. That's known. So don't think that oh, he's has an 80% win rate consistently. No, it can fluctuate between 70 to 80 on average, and that's because I've taken less trades. So let people be transparent to you and understand that it's not all rainbows, and it's not that easy. Less trades equal higher win rate. If I took one trade this month, I would have a 100% win rate if it was a win. So understand that. And then yeah, so pretty good, pretty happy. Thought I would share this with you guys. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. With that being said, guys, take care, trade sharp, and until next time, peace.